Mahirap kasing i-admit na nabigo ka or ang hirap i-admit na nag-fail ka sa yung dream mo ng bata ka. Ang hirap sabihin na hindi mo na pwedeng gawin yun.
Healthy na kwentuhan, komportableng usapan. Sagot ko na yan. Kaya share mo na. Dito sa Share Ko Lang. Siya ngayon ang heartthrob ng telebabad rom-com na Oh My Love sa GMA. Pero alam niyo ba, na summa cum laude ang aktor na si Benjamin Alves ng kursong English Literature sa University of Guam? At di lang yun, scholar pa siya.
I got summa cum laude because if you keep a certain grade for average, you don't have to pay for the tuition. But summer break, school pa rin ako. Pag Christmas break, school pa rin ako. Sometimes when you find ano yung objective mo, I didn't want my parents to pay for my school.
And for you, kasi you worked for it, karapatan ko to. Pinaghirapan ko, binayaran ko, nag-aaral ako para makapag-scholarship. Yeah, I see that. I see that in scholars. I see that in people na talagang hindi naging madali para sa kanila.
Yeah. And I had to listen to myself, even at that age. Okay, yeah. What really wakes me up? What am I passionate about? At that time was teaching. So, ayun. I took English Lit with the hopes of getting a master's, furthering the education para maging professor.
So, sabi mo, di ba, gusto mo actually maging teacher. Kaya mo pinili yung English and you wanted to teach children. So, ano yung naging turning point na actually, sabi mo, let me give acting a try?
Well, to give you a brief history, I was here prior to going to college. I tried to dab into acting 2006 to 2009. Tapos hindi ko nakukuha yung traction na gusto ko. So I really had to be honest with myself. I needed to go back to school to find a sense of security siguro or confidence that I lost with those 3 years, having so many rejections. Patapos na ako Patapos na po ako ng school. I was gonna graduate already. Then I really had to ask myself, why did I choose to finish school so fast? And the reason why I finished school in 2.5 years was because I wanted to give myself a chance to come back. Kasi ang hirap kasi nun hirap kasi i-admit na nabigo ka or ang hirap i-admit na nag-fail ka sa yung dream mo ng bata ka. Ang hirap sabihin na hindi mo na pwedeng gawin yun. Or ang hirap talaga to really door. Maybe a little bit of stubbornness or perseverance. I don't know what it is.
Sabi mo kanina, di ba, ang hirap sort of harapin minsan or tanggapin na bumigo ka. No? How did you get to that awareness?
Mahirap talaga siya. I don't know if that's something I would recommend or advise, pero I couldn't watch local shows sa Guam. When I was in Guam, my nose was on the book. Nagbabasa ako the entire time. Kasi I made the mistake one time of watching local TV, and I saw my contemporary, yung kasama ko nag-media or nag-audition dati, na giving the opportunity. While I was completely happy for them, you can't help na mahinayang kasi dapat nandun ka rin. I couldn't watch local TV for the longest time because I only started it in hindsight, realizing it na when I was ready to take the next step. Now, when I was already graduating, I was able now to accept watching local TV, seeing how everyone was doing on Twitter locally, yung mga kasama ko dati, how are they doing. I was ready now. I was in a healthier state and mindset na, okay, ano man nangyari sa kanila, I won't take it with a grain of salt. I won't be hard on myself. There won't be any envy or jealousy towards them or resentment towards my decision kasi nasa tamang lugar na okay, tapos na ako sa education ko. I'm in a happier state. I can choose.
Parang in some ways, parang the healthiest thing you could have done for yourself was actually to take that step back.
2009, when I was there, it was over. I had sold my car. I was never coming back. Pag tapos na siya, you really have to close it. In order for you to open up another chapter, you really have to close that book.
So it was actually that painful that you couldn't even be here.
There's a certain fame that you get. So sometimes kasi yun, become becomes a drug. It becomes addicting. You get your value from that. Yung pagkukulang ko ng wala akong education, I don't want it to be filled with ego of becoming famous. Parang, because I'm famous, okay na wala akong ano. So, I make sure that my glass was being filled with the correct things.
How did you know? Because it sounded so final. Right? When you said, ako na, did something happen? How did you feel that, okay, it's not gonna work? This career was not going to work.
I was getting older, I think. You really feel it eh. You feel, I don't know how to explain it, but you really see time pass you by. And then you're starting to see the cycle of it takes a while, but when you really put yourself out of the situation that you're in, and you see that this is cyclical. New talent comes in, tries out, and only a few will make it. So if you don't make it in that time frame, that window, you're gonna be stuck in spinning because you can't get the. Kasi nandito ka lang. You're just brewing, and maybe you get out. Maybe if you have persistence and perseverance, which maybe I lacked, or maybe it just wasn't the right time. I really do believe in timing. When I came back, GMA was in need of leading men. I came back. The 3 years na pinaghirapan ko, I got everything that I wanted. Tinanggap ako ng GMA. They gave me the contract I'm working with now. I don't think I was ready to close that door yet. And thankfully, at that point when I realized that I really want to pursue it again, the opportunity and the timing and the right people were around me externally. I wanted to create my own destiny. I wanted to make sure I can control it, and I didn't want to leave it up to some chance that I didn't know how to get there. Na parang, please, someone give it an opportunity.
What's it like? So just take a step back and sort of, what's it like talking about those years now?
I wouldn't trade it. Again, you are made up of the experiences that you have. So I wouldn't trade that. And it makes you so much richer and so much more unique.
Yeah. I mean, you never really know what's in store for you down the road, diba? You can't really close the door completely. Yeah. Maybe you need to do it when you did it. Right?
You close it in your head, but in life, life has other plans for you. So.
I heard that you went into a locked-in taping with Oh My Love, and gosh, right? Like like how was that experience and how was that process?
Our taping schedule is rigorous. Before, you would think that like we would be taping every day, that it would be easier, but you kind of hit a slump in the middle. We were there for 2 months, so right in the middle, especially nagkataon na mabibigat yung mga extent na binibigay sa amin, you kind of have a hard time turning it off. Yun lang yung naramdaman ko na difficulty with it emotionally and mentally. I think that's one of the realizations from the bubble is that you can be there physically, you can take all your gym equipment, you can prepare all your script, but yung mentally, it's you really have to take care of yourself mentally because it's really hard.
Actually, napaka-importante ng shinare mo, no? Because I think people outside of your craft, right, might not realize na napaka-importante ng breathing space in between, no? And even if we parang i-relate natin sa mga tao na who are not actors, parang same din, di ba? Kasi for others, they're saying they're work from home, pero thinking nila pag work from home, dire-diretso ang trabaho.
It's a lot more. I realize that as well. It's a lot more stressful when it's work at home because when do you turn it off? When do you get off work? Ayun nga, para kailangan mo you really have to be aware na kailangan ko munang huminga, or kasi nga sa amin kasi imagine after doing a take, naka-mask ka, naka-face shield ka, your senses are really irritable because of it, kasi heightened nga yung senses mo if you're doing the craft correctly.
So, I think napaka-importante na i-highlight na yung pag-adjust kasi natin, no, especially sa profession, napaka-importante isipin yung well-being, right? Mm-hmm. Well-being ng tao, yung psychological and mental adjustment dun sa bagong proseso.
And tama ka dun. Kasi pag pumapasok sa taping, or I could imagine even the other professions, ang binibigay lang na test is COVID test. Kung titignan mo positive or negative ka, you really given it much thought or much attention na you really do have to test them psychologically. Is this person fit to stay in a 2-month bubble? Kasi not everyone can.
So 2 whole months. Kamusta naman yung mga loved ones mo na hindi ka nakita for at least 2 months?
2 months is a lot. That's my dog. I was also scared na baka hindi ako makilala, but thankfully naman nakilala ko. Although I'm very thankful talaga na sa napaka-konti ng trabaho na nabibigay, may show ako. So that's, you have to be thankful in that sense. But still, you're really leaving. It's a big sacrifice. But again, I'm just thankful na meron ako. Yeah, even if it's hard, may trabaho.
Kamusta naman yung writing and how did you use it to help you?
It's always been a part of very therapeutic for me. Although as the years have gone, I try to keep it to myself for one.
Napaka-interesting no na sinabi mo parang nag-make ka ng conscious decision na this one is going to be personal. Right? I mean, you're gonna keep it to yourself. Hindi ka magpapa-pressure, right? Despite the achievement, right, in your education, na hindi ka magpapa-pressure na kailangan meron kang ilabas.
Again, ano po kasi ako, as much as you want to please everybody, the person that you really have to please first is yourself. I really have to make sure na doing brings me joy for one.
How you've used creativity, right, to kind of cope, make meaning out of your experience.
I think because the reality that we have now is stagnant. Hindi tayo makagalaw, hindi tayo makalabas ng bahay. Creating something gives you life or gives something new. I would tell the people that are at home to create, to learn something. We can't do much. Can't go outside and be distracted by everything else. So now is the time to really take care of yourself and grow internally.
Sabi nga nila, never give up on your dreams. Ma-reject o mabiguman ng ilang beses. Ang mahalaga, patuloy na sabihin sa sarili na laban lang. Parte ng buhay ang bawat rejection na ating nararanasan. Ito ang mga maghahanda sa atin para mas maging malakas at matibay. Para sa mas malalaking opportunities that life has to offer. Mag-share kayo sa amin. Email us at sharekolang@gmanews.tv.